If you go upstream along the Rječina River, you will reach the paper mill, Hartera. The canyon will then become steeper, narrower, and darker, and you will begin to meander through the space where the Industrial Revolution began in Southeast Europe. You will know you're on the spot when you see a tall brick chimney by the riverbed.
The history of industrialization of this area goes back to 1821, when the influential citizen of Rijeka, Andrija Ljudevit Adamić, brought a mill at the site known as Lucice, where today there is a memorial plaque. Along the Rječina River, which then meandered within its still not walled-off banks, several watermills milled grain. Adamić, as a world traveler, a man of initiative and many talents, came up with a new business plan. At this place, he started the production of paper from old rags, taking advantage of the power and quantity of water. However, since he was a restless spirit, he did not stay in business for long. He sold the mill to another person, and that other to an Englishman, Mr. Smith, and a Frenchman, Mr. Meunier.
It was also a period of growing industrial production in Europe, fast urbanization, and the formation of the modern world, which began to be characterized by manifest individual ambition, entrepreneurialism, and capital. In a world of increasing numbers, size meant something good and progressive. Therefore, Smith and Meunier wanted to expand their business. So in 1836, to substantially increase the production, they installed a steam engine, which represents the very first steam engine installed in Southeast Europe.
By World War I, the factory became recognized and relevant on the world market, and the considerable needs of the Habsburg monarchy for paper were met precisely by its work. However, after the Great War and the change of state frameworks, business became difficult. A large market was lost, and Rječina became a border river between the Kingdom of Italy and the Kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenians. The factory thus lost from its name, almost century-old Smith & Meunier, and changed the ownership structure and the market as well. In the 1920s, the aforementioned tall brick chimney was built, which marks the entrance to the paper mill as well as the area of Rječina Canyon. In parallel, an energy power plant was built, which together with a large inscription and chimney made a recognizable shot of the paper mill.
After World War II and the creation of a new Tito's Yugoslavia, a new phase of the factory story began and its last upswing in business. Every day, a flow of workers from the area of Grobinština and other suburbs stepped down the stairs to the paper mill, people who had no need to go downtown for their job. The factory was number one in the world in the production of cigarette paper, paraffin matches, as well as some other products. Unfortunately, it did not lead the way in terms of environmental protection, so Rječina River would often take on surreal colors from all the chemistry that would be used in the factory.
The lack of capability to adjust to economic changes and ultimately the famous Croatian economic transition in the 90s finally brought the paper mill to stand still in 2005. After 2 centuries of machine noise, the paper mill became a space of romantic decay and silence, a place for rapid escape from the urban bustle to which alternative youth, industrial heritage enthusiasts, and urban explorers of all kinds gladly escape. The potential of the scenery of the city in the city, squeezed in a dramatic canyon, has been recognized by domestic and foreign film productions. Although the Hartera Music Festival has fallen silent, the memory and invocation of something similar is not. So the fate of Hartera remains an open question and provocative challenge for all those who love the spirit and character of this city.